The phone buzzed on the nightstand at 11:47 p.m., a soft vibration that still cut through the dark like a scream. I wasn't supposed to see it. She had already fallen asleep, her back turned to me, one arm tucked under the pillow the way she always did. I reached for my own phone half awake, but the screen that lit up wasn't mine. Her phone. One line of text. "I miss you already." Tonight meant everything. I stared at the words until they blurred, my chest tightening as if the air had been quietly sucked out of the room. For a few seconds I convinced myself there had to be an explanation. Wrong number. Old message. A joke I didn't understand. Anything but what my gut already knew. I set the phone back down exactly where it had been, my hand trembling. She shifted in her sleep and mumbled my name. That almost broke me. For weeks before that night, something had felt off. Not dramatic. Not obvious. Just small things I kept brushing aside because love teaches you how to explain away what hurts. She had started guarding her phone like it contained state secrets, turning the screen down when I walked into the room. Her laugh had changed shorter, distracted. She'd started working late more often, coming home smelling like a soap I didn't recognize. When I asked about her day, her answers felt rehearsed, like lines memorized on the drive home. I told myself I was being paranoid. We'd been married 8 years. We had a rhythm, a history. I trusted her. Trust is supposed to be quiet, solid. I didn't want to be the kind of man who interrogated the woman he loved over missed calls and vague excuses. But the silence between us kept growing. After that text, sleep was impossible. Every memory started replaying with a new filter. The weekend she'd insisted on going to her friend's birthday alone. The way she'd smiled at nothing while typing. The distance in her eyes when I kissed her goodbye in the mornings. The next day, while she was in the shower, I did the thing I never thought I would do. I unlocked her phone. There was no dramatic reveal. No explicit photos. Just conversations. Long ones. Messages filled with inside jokes I didn't understand. Encouragement I used to give her. And tenderness that no longer belonged to me. He knew about her stress at work. Her doubts. Her dreams. Things she used to tell me when we stayed up too late talking about life. Reading it felt like standing outside my own house, watching someone else live in it. I sat on the edge of the bed, phone heavy in my hand, listening to the water run. I wasn't angry yet. I was hollow. Betrayal doesn't always arrive as a scream. Sometimes it's a quiet realization that you've been replaced inch by inch. When she came out wrapped in a towel, she took one look at my face and stopped. "What's wrong?" she asked. I handed her the phone. The color drained from her face. She sat down slowly like her legs had given out. "I can explain," she said immediately. "Not I'm sorry. Not I never meant to hurt you. Just explanation like that might soften the damage." She told me it wasn't planned. That it started as talking. That she'd felt lonely. That she never meant for it to go this far. Each sentence landed like a small insult, because they all centered on her feelings, not what she'd done. I asked her one question. "When were you going to tell me?" She looked down. That was the answer. The days after felt unreal. We moved around each other like strangers sharing a space filled with memories that now felt contaminated. Every laugh we'd shared, every promise, every ordinary moment I'd cherished. It all felt fragile, like it could shatter if I touched it too closely. I wasn't just mourning the marriage. I was mourning the man I thought I was, the one who believed love was enough if you showed up every day. She cried. She apologized. She said she wanted to fix it. And I believed she was sorry. But remorse doesn't automatically rebuild trust. Love doesn't erase betrayal just because it wants to survive. The turning point came one quiet evening as we sat at opposite ends of the couch. The house was silent. No arguing. No tears. Just the weight of everything unsaid. I realized something then. I was holding on to the past because it was familiar, not because it was healthy. Staying would mean constantly wondering, constantly checking, constantly doubting myself. Leaving would hurt, but it would be honest. "I deserve a life where I don't have to question my reality," I said softly. She nodded, tears streaming, and for the first time she didn't argue. The goodbye wasn't dramatic. No slammed doors. Just a long hug, heavy with grief, and the understanding that some things, once broken, don't go back to what they were. It's been months now. The pain didn't disappear, but it changed. It taught me boundaries. It taught me that self-respect is sometimes quieter than love, but stronger. I still believe in devotion. I just know now that it has to be mutual. And even in the wreckage of betrayal, I found something I thought I'd lost forever: myself.